Okay, today we will go over some SAT practice questions, which is from test number 4, 13 to 20. So firstly, let's look at question number 13. The population of mosquitoes in a swamp is estimated over the course of 20 weeks, as shown in the table. So we have the table here. Which of the following best describes the relationship between time and the estimated population of mosquitoes during the 20 weeks? So the question asks for the relationship between the time and the population. So we look at the table. The time increased from 0 to 5, from 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. So the time increased 5 weeks per time. And for the population, we increase from 10 to 1,000. So we multiply by a factor of 10, a factor of 10, a factor of 10, and a factor of 10. So then we can get the relationship. So from the table, we notice that the relationship cannot be a linear. And so we can eliminate choice A and choice B. So from choice A and choice D, we know that this relationship should be exponential since the population is increasing. So this relationship should be an exponential growth relationship. So the correct answer should be C. Then let's look at question number 14. The expression above gives the amount of money in dollars generated in a year by $1,000 deposit in a bank account that pays an annual interest rate of R%, compound monthly. Which of the following expressions shows how much additional money is generated at an interest rate of 5% than an interest rate of 3%? So from the question, we can get an equation which is here. And the question asks for the difference between the 5% interest rate and the 3% interest rate. So we just try to plug in the number. For equation 1, we plug r as 3, and for equation 2, we plug r as 5. Then we use equation 2 minus equation 1. Then we can get the answer, which is D. So this is a kind of easy question. So then we just move to question number 15. So question number 15 is a graph question. And the question asks that which of the following scatter plots shows a relationship that is appropriately modeled with the equation y equals a times x to the b, where a is positive and b is negative. So from the question, we get the equation which is y equals a times x to the b. So this is the equation, and a is positive, b is negative. So from this information, we notice that this equation cannot be a linear equation, since the formula for linear equation is y equals kx plus b. So this is not the same formula, so the graph cannot be a linear. So since from choice A, the graph looks like linear decreasing, so this should be incorrect. So then we go down, look at the choice D. For choice D, this is just a kind of like random dots. It cannot be the correct answer because we cannot find any relationship from these random dots, so this is incorrect. From choice B and choice C, we need to look at the A and B. So since B is smaller than 0, it means this graph is fastly decreasing. So if the graph is decreasing, the answer cannot be choice C, so we eliminate choice C. The correct answer should be choice B. The reason is the graph is fastly decreasing, and the positively y intercept is also here, is positive. So the correct answer is choice B. Then we move on to question 16 and 17. Okay. So for question number 16, we read the question first. Someone is building a concrete something in his backyard and deciding where to buy the materials and rent the tools needed for the project. The table below shows the materials cost and daily rental cost for 3 different stores. So we have the table here. M stands for the material cost. W stands for the rental cost of wheelbarrow. And K stands for the rental cost of concrete mixer. Okay. And the question tells you that the total cost Y for buying the materials and renting the tools in terms of the number of days X is given by the equation, which is Y equals M plus W plus K times X. So, question number 16. For what number of days X will the total cost of buying the materials and renting the tools from store B be less than or equal to the total cost of buying the materials and renting the tools from store A? So for this question, we just try to represent the equation for store B and store A. Okay, so for store B, according to the equation, M plus W plus K times X. So we just try to find the information in the table. So for row B, M is 600, W is 25, and K is 80. So we just plug in the number to get the equation for store B. And for store A, we do the same thing. M 750 plus W 15 plus K 65. Then we multiply by X. So we get the equation here, and we try to simplify the equation. After some calculation, we get the final answer, which is X smaller than 6. Okay, since the question asks for the store B be less than or equal to the total cost of buying the materials and renting the tools from store A, so when we just get the equation, we need to like smaller and equal to. So the sign is important here. So we get the final answer is X smaller or equal to X 6. Okay, so this is choice A. Then we go to question 17. If the relationship between the total cost Y of buying the materials and renting the tools at store C and the number of days X for which the tools are rented is graphed in the XY plane, what does the slope of the line represent? So we have the equation here, right? So the question asks, if we just graph this equation, so what does the slope of the line represent? So as we know, if we have a linear equation, y equals kx plus b, k stands for the slope. So then we transfer the equation from this to here. we notice that the things before x is the slope. So what is the slope? Slope is w plus k. So this should be slope of this equation. So what is the slope stands for? When we go back to the table, we know that W stands for the rental cost of wheelbarrow, and K stands for the rental cost of concrete mixer. So what is W plus K? So this should be the total daily rental cost of the tools, right? So the correct answer should be, so 17 is D, the total daily rental cost of the tools. Okay, so after that, we just move on to question number 18. So for question number 18, Jim has identical drinking glasses, each in the shape of a right circular cylinder with internal diameter of 3 inches. So D is equals to 3 inches. And he pours milk from a gallon jar into each glass until it's full. If the height of the milk in each glass is about 6 inches, what is the largest number of full milk glasses that can be poured from 1 gallon of the milk? Notice there are 231 cubic inches in 1 gallon. Okay. So from this question, we know we have a cylinder here. So this is a cylinder. And the diameter is 3. So we want to find the R, right? So R is equals D over 2, and R is equal to 3 over 2 inches. So this is for the R for the cylinder, right? And the first thing we need to find is the volume. So the volume for a cylinder is V equals pi r squared times height. Okay, so now we find the R and what is H. From the question, we know H is equals to 6. So then we try to plug in the equation. V is equal to pi times 3 over 2 squared times 6. And after we plug this number into our calculator, I got 42.41. So this is the volume of the cylinder, inches cube. So after the question asks how many glasses you can fill in, we just use the totally 1 gallon divided by the volume of a cylinder. Then I got about 5 point something. Since the question asks how many full milk glasses you can pour, so we just ignore the decimal and keep the 5. So the final answer should be C, 5 full glasses of milk.